Welcome back to the next part of retargeting your motion capture data. Now, we left off just having baked down our move to our control rig and then saving that particular iteration. Now we can continue by pulling a certain portion of this data that we can actually use for creating a looping animation for our game. This is a walk animation, so we need to make a walk cycle out of it. So what we're going to do first is go to an orthographic view, the front view, because this character, this performer, is walking sideways in the negative x-axis. We'll fix that down the line because he does need to look down the positive z. But for now, we're just going to target the data that we need. Now, as this performer goes to the one side of the room and begins his walk cycle, we need to pick it up at full velocity so that he doesn't look like he's starting to stop and starting to start as we're playing the loop. So full velocity means he's in full gait. So the very first time that his knees match after he starts walking usually is a good indicator of him being in full velocity. So we're going to pick out, we're going to go ahead, do it one more time. There we go. The knees are matching in this orthographic view. I'm going to pick up the frame of animation right here, 196, and we're going to put that right in the start frame here. Double click, 196, enter, and it will crop off of the beginning of the animation there. Now, the last frame of animation needs to match this particular pose as closely as possible. So again, we're going to allow this performer to walk forward one entire cycle, and when the knees start to match right here, right where they cross, that's going to be an indicator of our last frame of this looping animation. So let's take it full gate. And we're going to go one step down, two step down, and back up into that very same pose where the knees start to match right about there. 223 is going to be my end frame number. Enter. And now we can go ahead and put the looping feature on, press play, and see what we have picked out. Now, it's rather hard for the layman to see the loop because translation data is still in place. So he's transferring across the ground there, and it's hard to actually see where that would loop together. So what we're going to do next is go ahead and continue with creating the looping walk cycle, and part of that is taking out the translation data. Alright, at this point I'm going to go ahead and save, stop the video, and start for the next phase.